Hey, what's up YouTube? Here is David or DB and welcome to my Aladdin build. So I'm basically doing A to Z for the builds. I just noticed at the current moment that's kind of how I'm actually making my guides. So eventually your god will also be covered, and hopefully by the time I cover it, the build will be still relevant. Welcome to Aladdin and welcome to will be your bread and butter Aladdin build for the current moment over here in February in 2026 and 2. I will give you some optional situation items and just talk about them a little bit. So it is mainly obviously aimed towards conquest. If you play other game modes, this will also work, but you probably just will swap a few things here and there, just depending what you're playing. So let's go to starting items, which is for conquest. So you're gonna go with bombas, tier 1 axe, and potions. Health potions only, and mana potions are not really that necessary in Smite 2. Especially with the items you're gonna building, you're gonna have so much MP5. So your final build then will consist of bombas again, of the upgraded version of bombas. Then you're gonna be, I probably should actually just do the upgraded version in here. First item you're gonna be building, I like to build into Jotuns. With the new buffs to Jotuns, it has more mana basically. It's a very strong item and the cooldowns are insane. When you're a jungler, you want to be spamming your abilities, you want to be having a lot of abilities, a lot of mobility, a lot of engage, disengage. So getting your cooldowns early is a huge priority in my opinion. And you're going to be following that with Transcendence, which is a stacking item, which will be giving you a lot of power. And it will give you strength equal to 3% of your mana, meaning the mana from Jotuns will actually make Transcendence even more powerful. So together they are a bread and butter kind of combo as well whenever you're building. They go hand in hand always. After that, and this is where you can mix the order you build in. You build either either Hydras or Titan's Bane, depending on the situation. They have more squishies, go for Hydras, so you can get a huge damage spike after this. Because again, the mana, you get mana regen, you get cooldowns, and you get bonus damage on your next attack. If they have more tanks, prioritize getting Titan's Bane first, because that way you'll be shredding easier into them as the game progresses, because the 35% will be uh, having a much higher impact than in the number 4 slot. I don't hate Titan's Bane number 3. I prefer this order overall, but sometimes you have no choice, so go into Titan's Bane next. That is your pen item. After this, you'll be doing good damage basically to nearly anyone across the game. Number 5, we have Blinking Abyss or upgraded Blink. This is a must buy for any character at the current moment, basically, in my opinion. It just gets you out of situations and it gives you 7.5% of all stats from item. So again, this further boosts every other part of your build uh, by 7.5%. Super strong, a bit of a long cooldown, so you gotta be obviously sparing with it, but very, very strong. And to finally finish off the build, Pendulum Blade, 45 strength, 10 cooldown. On use, you get -4 ability cooldown, which is a 40-second cooldown. So this whole build is basically just to deal massive damage and just spam the damage. You're going to be spamming abilities, you're going to be killing the backline, jumping in, killing, uh, you know, like an assassin's supposed to do. For your relic, I'll just get purification beads. I always see people say your currently sanctuary is stronger. I just prefer beads for a simple reason. If I'm able to, I will try and dodge your ability. Obviously, it's not always possible, and Sentry can save you from like the center of a Kraken ult or a center of a Puyi ult or Anatos execute, whatever. But if you get stunned in the first place, it's very difficult for you to use abilities and get out of any situation. And I always play high mobility gods, so I rather beats and just get out. I rather trust myself and me trusting the timing of the relic as well and being, really careful about it. So I just trust myself more with the beats basically. Optional or situational item, because I always give you options if you want to mess around the build and try to put at different points. I wouldn't be messing around with the first 3 items for sure in the order. I mean, these are replaceable. So at some point you want to have Jotun Trans Hydras, Jotun Trans Titan's Bane. Then you can start experimenting if you want. Instead of blink, you can get time lock ages if you wanted. It's very similar and make it a little bit more tanky, so this could be maybe the other alternative if you want. Erendite is extremely overpowered at the current moment, and a lot of high players are using it in the jungle. So this could be somewhere in the build potentially as well if you want to experiment. Very, very, very good damage. Very good damage. Pressure. Another item you can throw into Oops, sorry about that. Another item you can throw into experiment. Again, strength, cooldown, and more physical damage over time, basically. Dark Cover, if you're looking for a little bit more lifesteal in the build and you feel you kind of need it, this is an option there if you want it. But this again, I would honestly last 3 slots is where you're going to be experimenting. Heartseeker, if they're super tanky, so let's say you continue the build and instead of Pendulum Blade, you're going to build Heartseeker because they have a lot of H. That is where you're going to be building Heartseeker. And Magic's Cloak, again, to replace the last item, in case they have just simply too much CC. If you feel you are dying too quick, you can again put Time Like Aegis instead of Blinking Abyss and Magic's Cloak. That way you get a good amount of protections for late game. Anyway, so if you guys enjoyed this quick and short build for our buddy over here, Aladdin. Thank you guys for watching. It was boy DBEE. Take care and goodbye.